across the country. We're going to go from here to other regions of the Southeast, North Carolina, South Carolina. We'll probably go to Illinois, since Illinois is the #1 team in the country. I want to make sure that I go back. And we're looking to do deals across the country with student partners. So that's a whole laundry list of why we do what we do. This is what I do when I'm doing my presentations by myself. Kim is on her way down here. These are my 4 reasons for doing what I do outside of those other reasons. The 3 kids, the wife, just being able to provide a future for them is something that's wonderful. Been married almost 6 years, have 3 kids, so we've been pretty busy. Now I'm going to show you some proof that this stuff works. You know, I don't ascribe to the philosophy of just get up here and talk without showing, you know, that it works. I'm going to show you some evidence. I'm going to show you this is a wire statement, $12,167 from a wholesale deal. I'm going to show you a couple examples of that because I think it's important that whoever you listen to, as a real estate investor, someone's going to give you advice. You want to make sure that they can practice what they preach. On my overheads that have that in there. So y'all can kind of take a look at that and just make sure you pass it back up here when you're finished. But I mean, it's important that whoever you learn from is able to show you proof, to talk about deals that they're currently doing, that they've done, or that they've, not something they've done back in the 80s or 90s or whatever, and they're not actually out there on the streets doing deals. It's a balancing act to do deals and to teach people about real estate investing, but it can be done. And you want to make sure that whoever's teaching you about wholesaling or retailing or lease options or whatever it is can actually show you, can actually talk about it from a today's perspective, not just from, oh, I did this deal, 10 years ago, and it gave me $9,000 a month positive cash flow. And that's the last deal they did, because they're out here on the seminar circuit. They're not doing deals. So just keep that in mind. I'm not bashing any gurus because I've learned a lot from, the Ron LeGrands, from, even Robert Allen, Robert Kiyosaki. I've learned a lot, and it's allowed me to expand my horizons. So I'm not going to bash them, but just make sure that the people that you work with, from a real estate instructing perspective, practice what they preach. Give you a couple more reasons. When I left corporate America, I was making over $90-some thousand. When Kim left, she was making about $60,000. So combined, we walked away from about $150,000 a year in corporate income to do real estate investing full time, with a baby on the way, because we knew that we had what it took to do it full time. And so just keep that in mind. Now, let me just take a quick survey from the room. How many of y'all have attended other seminars? Not the first one y'all have come to? How many of y'all have attended boot camps, gone to boot camps from speakers? Okay. How many of y'all have seen late night infomercials? Somebody tell me real quick, what do y'all think when you think about a quote-unquote guru or someone who's going to teach you about real estate investing? What comes to mind? Go ahead. How much? You raise your hand.
It makes you think of the only way they're really making money is selling their material.
All right. Okay. Any other viewpoints? That's it? Just how much, or are they're really practicing what they preach? That's your biggest concern, right?
Waiting on TV, I remember when I used to see Carlton Sheets. My thought was not real.
Uh-oh, that's $100. What was that? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't think it was real.
You didn't think it was real?
I thought they was just coaching, the people would give their testimony.
So you think the testimonials were real? Okay. All right, well, that's a fair assessment. Or it's one assessment, depending on who it is, Well, what I'll show if I get my overheads right. I don't want to give y'all hype. I don't want to be anything but straightforward, and I don't want to give you anything else but what I know that works in this market and other markets across the country. Our systems give you a step-by-step guideline as to what to do, whether you're wholesaling, retailing, lease options, rental properties, because we've been there, done that, and are still doing it. So I want to make sure y'all understand. My perspective is there's pros and cons of every type of deal. There's good and bad. There's stuff that works. There's stuff that does not work. And I'm not going to blow smoke at you to tell you things that, you know, I just think you might want to hear. Anybody who's worked with me, they can tell you that I'm straightforward. I don't like to waste time. The reason I don't take a lot of incoming phone calls is because I'm trying to keep focused. But I want to be able to be real. And I think that there's a need in this business to be real and to find out what works for you. Because everybody's goals are going to be different. You know, not everybody in this room is going to want to be a wholesaler. Not everybody in this room is going to want to be a retailer. And everybody's going to want to have rental properties or lease options. Everybody's goals and perspectives are different. And what works for you might not work for somebody else. But what we consider there to be 4 main turnkey profit centers in real estate. The first one is wholesaling, which is buying low or buying real low and selling low. Retailing, which is buying low, fixing up, and selling high. Lease options and owner financing, which are in some circles known as the pretty house side of the business, where you're finding a property, you're getting a deed to the property, and you're turning around and you're lease optioning it or owner financing it to an end user. And then, of course, there are rental properties. Buying, you know, whether you do minimal or maximum fix-up, buying and holding for the long term. Everybody should be doing a mixture of these kind of deals. We do a mixture of these kind of deals because you want to have a balance. But in 2 hours' time, I can't really talk about all these things. So what I'm going to focus on tonight is wholesaling. I'm going to focus on buying and selling as quickly as possible. How many of y'all would like to find a way to be able to put $5,000 to $10,000 in your pocket in 30 days or less? Okay. Sure. That sounds good. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know if y'all have seen the Sprite. Have y'all seen the Sprite commercials with the little guy? Okay. Show me your motto. Okay. Well, this is my motto. Okay. Well, this is my motto. If it's not turnkey, it's not for me. And what that pretty much means is if it's not a cookie cutter way to do it, then I won't do it. If it's not a step-by-step way that it can be done, then I'll pass. So not to say that it means I'm looking for the easy way out, because there's no easy way out. There's no way you can go around getting education or doing deals and getting experience. There's no shortcut. But there are formulas and strategies and systems and steps that you can take to be successful, whether it be in a particular deal or in real estate in general. So I say that to say